everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Morgan. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. This little man is Grayson, and today I'm going to be sharing a very personal, vulnerable story with you and hoping that we can all be kind and supportive in the comment section. I want to share my experience in case there's anyone out there that is like me going through very similar things, and maybe this will help them. So I am currently 7 months postpartum, and I have lost a little over 100 pounds. Now, if you came here looking for the magic cure-all that was going to make you your goal weight tomorrow, that's not what this video is. And to be quite honest, it is a lot less of a weight loss video as it is changing mentality. Okay, let's get it out there. I don't want anyone in the comment section to berate anyone else in the comment section. It doesn't matter what size you are. It doesn't matter what you look like. It doesn't matter if you have health concerns, whatever it may be. Like, you are beautiful just the way that you are. This is talking about my journey, changing my relationship with food. And as a result of changing my relationship with food, I have lost weight. But it's more of a symptom because of my relationship with food, if that makes sense. So I'm going to elaborate. First off, I am someone who has been overweight their entire adult life. I am very much an emotional eater, and I have used food historically to cope with different life events. Specifically, whenever I would get stressed, I would eat and eat and eat, and a lot of carbs. I work a lot, and I have worked a lot forever. Working in a high stress environment, being a stress eater doesn't really bode well. And there's a lot of things in my past that I don't need to go into as to why I became a emotional eater. But for all intents and purposes, food became a crutch for me because it's an instant relief. It makes you feel good. But at the same time, also someone who suffers with binge eating. When I was talking with my best friend, I was talking about how I don't think I ever really lost weight. I have done little diets here and there, mostly fad diets, and I've lost 10, 15, 20 pounds maybe, but I've never really kept that off, and I've always fluctuated in weight. So this has been the biggest weight loss journey that I've ever had. And let me be perfectly clear, I am still very much on a weight loss journey, but 100 pounds is nothing to bat an eye at. 7 months to lose 100 pounds is quite quick. And that does include the delivery weight. So immediately after delivery, with blood loss and everything else that comes with the beauty of delivery, you do lose on average about 12 pounds. So that does include this weight. My son was 7 pounds, 13 ounces, if that helps anyone. But I'm going to be talking about how I went from this to this. And let's be clear, I am still very much on a weight loss journey, and I'm hoping to continue to share that experience with you, and hopefully you can share your experience with me. I am not a licensed dietitian. I don't have any certifications in nutrition or health coaching or anything like that. I am just going to be talking about my personal experience and what has worked for me. So today I want to talk about what I've done in my life to create 100-pound weight loss. First, I've actively been working on improving my relationship with food. What does that mean? I don't want to give food the power over me. With that, I'm not going to say I'm never going to eat a donut or pizza or whatever your vice is, because that's giving that item so much weight in your brain because you just keep thinking about, oh, I really wish I could have pizza. I really wish I could have pizza, but I can't have pizza. No, like, I can have pizza, but I don't want pizza because there's something that is more important than that, which is my son. And it really comes down to just having that aha moment of just switching your priorities. For me, when I had my son, he is the number one priority in my life. It's not food, and food does not define me. It's not going to control me. I am stronger than what I have allowed myself to be historically. So I'm going to change my future because I can't change my past. So some of the things I've been doing that really help me. There's a lot of people who hate calorie counting. They say that it's not maintainable, that you shouldn't do it, that it's terrible, blah, 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 blah. I did not understand. I did not understand what a healthy diet looked like. I had no idea what portions really meant. So I needed to do calorie counting. For me, that works. Now, I'm not saying you have to calorie count forever. And in fact, I haven't been calorie counting for the last 2 months, and I've still continued to lose weight. But it helped me get to where I am. So now I know a lot of people are talking about intuitive eating, and that's great. And I love intuitive eating. I want to get there, but I'm not there. I have overeaten so many years for so long that my hunger signs I don't recognize. Intuitive eating is great. And I think that's a great goal to get to ultimately, but it's not a starting point for me. And if I'm being quite honest, I didn't know what a healthy diet looked like as far as portions. I didn't. And I was very unaware of the amount of calories I was consuming. So for me, my first step was calorie counting. And I like to use MyFitnessPal. It's a completely free app. You can scan in what you're eating. You can do it loosely and do an estimate of the food that you're consuming, or you can do it very legitimately and scan every little thing in and weigh everything. And that's what I did. So from November, so about a month to two, so about 1 to 2 months, I scanned everything I ate into MyFitnessPal. I used a food scale to weigh out all of my food. I think that's a little bit more accurate than using like a measuring cup, for example. You can get a very cheap food scale for under $10 at Walmart, on Amazon, something like that. But that helped me understand what it looked like to eat an appropriate sized diet for my body. When I was starting out this journey, I did visit a dietitian, and I was hoping to get some support while I was going on this journey. I'm going to be honest, I didn't continue seeing her after my second appointment, and that was actually by her recommendation. So she told me that I should be eating about 1,600 to 1,800 calories a day, and that breastfeeding meant eating anywhere from 200 to 400 additional calories, but nothing more than that. So counting calories works for me. I did not count macros. I didn't do low carb. I didn't do high protein, high fat, nothing. All I did is try to be around 1,600 to 1,800 calories a day. On this journey, there are some times where it was a struggle. There was some times where it was a struggle to hit that calorie count a day, and then there was a few times where I doubled it. Going back to my binge eating. And in the beginning, I really just wanted to stay within my 1,600 to 1,800 calories a day. And to help me do that, I meal planned. So to help me stay within my calorie allowance, I did meal plan. And I will link a couple videos in the description box if you want to see how I meal plan. But essentially, when I made my meal plans in the beginning, I would go into my Fitness Pal and preload everything I wanted to eat before I ate it. That was the key. I preloaded everything I wanted to eat before I ate it. That gave me an idea of what I could realistically consume, and I could structure my meals to suit my needs. So in addition to meal planning, I also did meal prep. So I prepped my meals according to what I preloaded into my Fitness Pal. And I didn't pay attention to the amount of protein I had or carbs I had. I just wanted to stay underneath that calorie allowance, and I tried my best to hit all of the different food groups because I don't want to just lose weight. I want to be healthy. One of the things I did get from the dietitian is that I don't eat enough protein, and so I consciously have to try to add protein into my diet. I don't naturally love to eat meat. I don't really like to cook meat. So that is something that I struggle with because nuts are delicious, but they're really high in calories. So that is something that I had to get through. But you find things that you love to eat. But a big thing is, I changed my entire lifestyle with my boyfriend. So I didn't do this alone, and we didn't leave snacks in the house. I made it as easy as possible on myself to make the right decision, which meant no junk food in the house, which meant meal planning. So I was only buying the food that was on plan, preloading my meals into my Fitness Pal and prepping them ahead of time so it was easy and convenient. I always had something to eat, and I didn't have to go through a drive-thru. And I didn't have to feel hungry. I remember when I first started doing our meal plans and prepping our food, my boyfriend had his first lunch and he's like, I can eat all this food? And I was like, yeah, you still have like 1,000 calories left for the day. He was just blown because if you eat healthy, you can eat so much more. A burger is like 1,500 calories in itself versus having like salad and fruits and vegetables and a giant omelet with breakfast potatoes. Like there's so much more to life than food as well. And there's so much more. But I am definitely a foodie. Like I love eating and experimenting with food. But I can have a little bit of everything in moderation, right, Bubba? So if there's something I really wanted to eat, I just preloaded that in my Fitness Pal and allowed myself to do it. Allow yourself freedom, guys. Food does not control you. You can decide if you want to eat something, and if it's worth it, then okay, I'm going to have dessert, but I'm going to have a salad for lunch instead of a sandwich. It's not that difficult. And I say that, but sometimes it really is that difficult, like to stop after a couple pieces of pizza. But that brings me to my next point. Choose healthier alternatives. So, for example, I love pizza and my boyfriend loves pizza. So instead of getting a delivery pizza, we'll make homemade pizza, which is like 1/10 of the calories. You can replace your pasta with cauliflower rice. For me, I'm trying to get a lot of protein, so I do a lot of chickpea pasta, which is great because I love eating pasta. I love eating spaghetti. And that way I get my noodles, I get my carbs, I get all those cravings satiated, and I don't have to deprive myself. I don't know if you're like me, but if I have a craving and I don't fill that craving, then I'll just eat everything else and still want to eat that thing and then eat that thing too. So I just ate a whole bunch of extra calories when I should have just bit the bullet, had what I really wanted, and moved on with my life. Like, it's not that serious. And I think another big thing that changed is my mental switch. Instead of thinking, oh my gosh, I have 100 pounds to lose, it's like, okay, well, I only have another 100 pounds to lose. I'm not trying to lose another 100 pounds. That's just an example. But I do have a switch. But that definitely has switched. Because throughout this process, we went through the holidays. I gained weight, guys. I gained weight, but I lost it again. And it was fine. And I'm naturally going to fluctuate some. But I have the power to control my diet and to control my outcome, which is amazing. And you do too. Like, the positive shift in my mind throughout this journey has been crazy. And it also helps that this little guy makes me so happy. So I have something to focus all my energy on. But motherhood is busy, especially those first couple months. Like, he still doesn't sleep through the night, guys. So meal prepping and meal planning were my best friends. Also, staying hydrated. Hydrate. I always have my water bottle around with me and I'm drinking water 24/7. I want to flush out my system. And also, if I am hydrated, then I'm not going to eat just because I'm thirsty, which is a real thing. If you think you're hungry, drink some water. And then if you're still hungry, then eat. But a lot of times we actually want to fill up on food because we're thirsty and our body doesn't understand that. This little guy is getting anxious and he wants to go and play. So thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I really hope that you enjoyed and that this inspired you to help switch your mindset and work on your relationship with food. Yeah. Make it easy on yourself to do the right thing. That's my biggest tip. Until next time, I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.